Hello, everybody. I'm Jac O'Keeffe, and I'm talking today with
Romana Strašek.
Because in March of this year, March 22 to 27, Romana has kind of encouraged me to go to Slovenia, and we have a retreat at a Veduna retreat center, a beautiful off-the-grid venue in March. And we want to just talk to you a little bit about what this might involve, to see if your heart is calling you to come to join us at Veduna. I
just wanted to emphasize that that's really something beautiful will happen.
Yes, something beautiful happens always at these retreats. They're quite precious, the experiences, aren't they?
They are, really.
We first met in 2010. It's 12 years ago. Yeah. And you were working with another teacher before that. And I remember when I met you, you used to say, I feel stuck. I feel stuck.
Yeah, that was very true. Although it felt like I have everything, but I somehow couldn't move on. And then I heard from a friend that you're close to. He met you one night before, anyhow, and he mentioned, and I just got this feeling, I wish to know her, just want to meet her. And then it happened.
Yeah.
And we met, and then it was this connection which lasts till today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Changing a lot, no?
Yes.
Also.
So we were in Tiruvannamalai in the south of India when we physically met the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so somebody watching this might go, okay, Romana knows Jac for 12 years. Is Romana awake yet? And if not, why not? And what would you say to a question like that?
That's quite an often question, by the way, But I just always remember myself, when I'm hearing something like this, because this was my belief too, it's one day event, and then from then on life changes and you become saint, and then everything is flowing, and no, thankfully quite soon these beliefs were dropped, and I'm just seeing with each moment, like it's really a process which is moving up and down and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, actually, and also it's not about so much spiritual experiences, but bringing this knowledge into daily life. This is more and more revealing, embodiment of this knowledge, So
yes,
and this we can see, and we get a mirror in each relation, in each contact with every being in this world,
Yes.
This is what I'm finding. So it's refining itself, it's always so.
Yeah.
And then also it's very helpful to get some good guidance on this, no? We can read books, we can watch videos, but our blind spots really blocks the deepest and the most vulnerable points, which we don't want to touch. So I found really helpful support on this, especially with you.
Yeah, I'm glad you made those points, Romana, because it is not easy to live in a regular house with regular bills, having regular conversations that have nothing to do with the words of spirituality, or maybe the values that we would have when we live a spiritual life. How do you bring your divine center into every day when you're in a regular life? And there are not a lot of pointers. There certainly isn't any scripture of you know, of the ancient times that was addressing this, because people who woke up and lived a spiritual life were set apart. So here we are. How do we embody it? Like, yes, I can be all still on my meditation cushion and I'm fine for about an hour, and then by 5 o'clock, I'm so stuck in my old story that it's like, well, I don't even know where I started believing my thoughts, but I'm so stuck in my drama now. And at these retreats, we do exercises, we do meditations, we have conversations to unravel, why do we go back to the hypnosis of going asleep again in ourselves? What is it like to live a regular life and hold on to our spiritual essence 24/7? A lot of people go, no, I have to leave my friends and leave my marriage, and it's not true. It's not true at all. It's not easy to stay in your non-spiritual environment and to nourish your awakening process. But if we dip into things like retreats, we can reset ourselves. We can resource ourselves. That will help us for the next stage of our journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that embodiment. It's so important nowadays. How do I have my inner wisdom guide my outer actions? Not because it's the right thing to do because I learned it spiritually, but because deep within my being, this is what is manifesting through this form, and I stand over it, and I'm responsible, and I am accountable for this. And that's a lot of growing up. It's a lot of growing up. So there's no spoon feeding at these retreats, really. It's like, ask for help, you'll get help. You will be helped, supported, guided. But it's up to each person to I suppose, bring what they need support with, and find out what is going to make this really significantly shift my viewpoint when I'm dealing with my kids, when I'm at work, when I'm wondering how I'm going to pay for my rent. How can I approach that from deeper inside me than my fear place, than my needing to control place, my looking for attention place? Can we see these old habits? Can we let them go? What would it be like to live without them?
Exactly. This is what I can experience in such retreats. It's, first of all, I move out of my daily net environment just to break this daily connections with all what is necessary. You know, it takes attention. So somewhere in the nature, like we have Veduna in this case. And then really I feel like always just being naked in front of you and there, everybody in this safe space, which is felt there, you know, just to see myself really in the most true version I'm able, and also getting kind of mirror from your side, you know, and that's so, this is the most appreciated what can happen, because as I mentioned before, we have these blind spots and we don't see, or it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to break through by yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why such support is so precious.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how, you know, especially with COVID, we travel less now and there's so much more available online. However, we can't see our own blind spots. They are blind to us. The habits, the beliefs, the concepts, the patterns, the conditioning, the ideas around awakening even. All of this material is sitting there and we don't even know it's there. And we will say it's not there because it's blind to us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only at retreats like this where, okay, here's the flashlight, here's the torch. look at this, look at this, look at this. And I do need people to have the maturity to, okay, what can I learn about myself here? And we have to have some aspect of self-love in place in order to do this with ourselves. Because if we're threatened by our blind spots and we're full of shame or we need to hide them, we simply don't love ourselves enough yet. And so coming to a retreat like this, it's because you love yourself enough to give yourself the gift of coming. You love yourself enough to give yourself the time to do this work. You love yourself enough to want to be true to your true nature, to be guided from within, to connect and to be one and whole with all of yourself, your real self and your personal self, to find how can there be love in this relationship within myself, my human self and my divine essence. How can I take responsibility for taking care? And so it does require someone to want to work on themselves and to get help to work on themselves and to do the work while they're on retreat. But it's fun work. It's hugely painful, hugely releasing. You might feel stuck, you might feel resistant, you might feel angry, but lo and behold, you know what? You'll come out the other side. By the end of our retreat, you will come out the other side. More love and compassion and clarity than you've known before.
Yeah, it's true, because still all the time you feel that it could be different, you know, when you are stuck with yourself, you know, you feel it, and then this pull comes, you know, to reveal or to open to change. And it's really, it's much easier also when you hear others, you know, and then you get this encouragement, because
You do.
No, because you hear how others are honest, vulnerable, and then we are together in this, no? So it gives you permission, kind of, you know, to be also so true.
Yeah.
Maybe you do some steps which you wouldn't if you would not be with others, and
Yes.
holding, supporting others, and still getting in the same time your safeness to go with.
That's right.
What is not easy for you, huh?
Yeah, there's a sacredness in these environments. You know, something very precious is given permission to show up.
Yeah, and it connects us. This is what I see.
It does.
No.
Yeah, it helps us to understand where we are the same, how we are the same, and the beauty of having a human incarnation. It's a beautiful thing, you know, to be human. And how do we remember what we really are and be human at the same time? And when we're physically together, there seems to be more access to that somehow.
Yeah. It's always group things, no? It's stronger in any aspect, but this one is really so holistic. So it really, I don't know, it brings a lot. So
yeah,
worthy to come through.
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, for sure. What I can say from the history, you know, I was traveling 20 years just for this, you know. This was always just my holidays. It's not easy, but it was all intention was for this, you know, just all the work, you know, just to. So now we have here a chance in Slovenia.
Yes.
Very close.
Yes, in the middle of Europe.
Yeah.
So let's see who comes. And I look forward to giving you a big hug in person.
Yeah, I hope to, as much as possible, hugs, and that we go through what will be for us there.
Yes.
Together.
Yes. Yep.
So hope to meet as much as possible.
Yes.
Lovely people there.
Indeed. Yes. whomever this resonates to, I look forward to seeing you in Veduna, March 22 to 27. Thank you, Romana.
Thank you, Jac. Looking forward to
Me too.
hug you in life after some time.
Yes, to hug you in reality. Yes.